Greetings everyone and welcome to Hand of Fate 2, a sequel to easily one of my favourite games of the last few years. Hand of Fate was, well, it's a really difficult game to put into a specific genre because it mixes so many, but I would say that it comes as close to a roguelike without having many of the trappings of rogue as I'd be willing to push. I've mentioned on social media recently how it does sometimes... I find it curious how many games try to claim the title of roguelike without really having much to do with rogue in any sense, beyond perhaps procedural generation. But I would be willing to say that this was as close to a roguelike game without, for example, being turn-based, being an ASCII top-down representation of a world, as many games could possibly hope to be. It does have procedural generation, it does have permanent death of a sort, though there is meta progress. Again, one of the things I typically put a strike through when a game claims to be a roguelike, if you don't get completely reset every time you die, then it's like, are you really like rogue? But I would say this one comes close enough in other ways. Now, it is going to be a difficult game for me to properly explain, and as a result, it is often very much worth us just jumping in with both feet and seeing how it goes. But I will say with this that if you are a fan of action RPGs, if you are a fan of deck-building card games, I think there's a lot that this game is going to be able to offer to keep you interested. So buckle yourselves in and possibly prepare a cup of tea because, it's going to be a comfortable ride, even if it's going to be a bit of a fast one at times. And we are going to jump into the land of Hand of Fate. Oh, I'm excited. This is going to be a blind playthrough, by the way, though I am aware of a little bit. For example, one character's returning that I'm very excited to see. I think we're going to meet him about now.
Your memories are fading even now. Gone to form the soul of the game we play. These pieces are new, as are the stakes. Life, death, and vengeance. We must ride, for time is short, and you have much to learn. Make your first choice, and let us set these wheels in motion once more.
I'm so glad the dealer is back. We defeated the dealer at the end of the first game. I'm not even sure if we are the same person, though the stakes and the setting of the game seem very similar. And I have to say, yes, the dealer reminds me of David Bowie. He has that voice, that presence. Now, the dealer is clearly... has gone through the end of the first game, that sort of corrupted skull. We defeated the dealer at the end of Hand of Fate 1 and seemed to cast him into oblivion, and it appears the dealer survived what appeared to be a lethal dose of smackdown at our hands, and perhaps paid fairly hefty toll looking at the corruption that seems to be etching a path across the left side of his body. Now, in the first game, you did not have a choice over your avatar. You were a specific person, and that was that. But it looks like we can choose at least the gender of our avatar. I'm going to be going with Adam, and we'll see how that goes. I'm sure it's not actually
These
Adam,
cards
but
represent your history and our game.
very similar to the first
they
time.
end, for you are here. Therefore, these cards must guide you to my side. Let us see what the journey holds.
Very well.
The fool steps into nothingness, because they know no better. In the same way, you must step into the void. You are a blank slate, and together we will write your history.
Okay, now usually in the game we're playing for those tokens in some capacity or another. Now, I'm noticing a lot of things across this board. The dice seem extremely new. I'm not sure what part the fool has to play in this, but it might be a game modifier, and as a result, the mention of a blank slate, perhaps there's nothing... there's no challenge in play and there's no buffs in play. We'll see about that. We've still got food, money, and life down in the bottom left, and the game will be built up out of the deck that we make of our memories that we have won back in some capacity. The Forest Ambush. You've stumbled many miles through the forest in search of the thieves who robbed you. Though exhausted and hungry, you are determined to reclaim your father's amulet. You finally catch sight of the thieves hacking at a large tree and arguing amongst themselves. We can keep our distance or move closer to eavesdrop. Now, down in the bottom right, we can see the 4 of greed and the leader. Now, greed is one of the suits of the cards. There will likely be 4. In the first game, there were scales, bones, sand, and plague, and they represented lizards, skeletons, bandits, and rats. I'm not sure how this is going to play in. This is a new suit, but there's going to be 4 enemies, possibly 5 with the leader. We'll move into eavesdrop, and this will probably be a card challenge. It'll be a trick of following the cards.
The game has been improved. Ooh. Even those that seem at first glance familiar.
Okay.
Do not worry. You will soon understand the nuances.
Now, unfortunately, I was a little bit off guard when that shuffled. I was expecting to be able to press a button to tell it I'm ready for you to shuffle. Now, this is not purely random. And I had a lot of people, when they watched me stream Hand of Fate 1, claim that, oh, it's just random. It doesn't matter what you pick. No, it really does. The cards are shuffled properly. So as you see cards moving into the deck, being shuffled together, pay very close attention to what cards are on top and what cards are beneath it. Is it being shuffled on top of a card or underneath other cards? This is important. Obviously, the one on the top of the deck, you can easily follow that. We only needed to track a single card. I think this is the failure card. I could be wrong, though. Yes, I was right. Whew. Okay. Creeping forward, you overhear the leader spouting orders. It's simple, he says. The idiots walk down the road, you push over the tree and jump out. They'll be too scared to put up a fight and we'll get rich. Why don't we just jump out and stab them? One retorts. Another hooded figure chimes in. Yeah, corpses don't put up much of a fight either. Frustration rises in the leader's voice. The Empire doesn't care if a few farmers lose some sprouts, but drop a corpse on the royal road and the place will be filled with soldiers before you've even spent the coin. We don't need that kind of trouble. Okay, the leader's not a fool at the very least. Dishonorable, but not a fool. Now, quiet, here they come. The 3 of toil. You soon spot a group of farmers coming around the corner, bringing their wares to the market. The thieves fell the tree into the path of the unsuspecting farmers and leap out, weapons brandished. Give us all your food. We can leap to the farmers' defense. Ooh, will we fight with allies? That would be a very new thing. Now, from what I've heard, the game, I'm playing it blind, but there have been a couple of, for example, media outlets that have been afforded the game ahead of time, and as a result, they have seen a bit of the game, and pretty much universal praise is everything about the game. Every kind of mechanic has been improved in some way. I'm noticing there are dice at the bottom of the screen, and that would be a very new mechanic. I'm not sure how they're going to come into play, but I wonder if we can actually play alongside allies. That would be very interesting. We can leap to the farmer's defense, offer to help the farmers, warning that it won't come for free, or help the thieves. Wow, that's a bit rough. No, we're going to leap to the farmer's defense. I draw my weapon with practiced skill that apparently we don't remember at the moment. Well, you hear the leader's voice. You lads handle this. I'll meet you when you're done. Yeah, okay. The leader really isn't a fool. Definitely dishonorable, but absolutely not a fool. That's my health, that's my current weapon, my shield, and the enemy cards. We'll have an inventory of cards, and even those are dictated by our deck in some capacity. Violence for the sake of violence, and theft for the sake of money. Thieves attack frequently and can evade standard attacks, making heavy weapons less effective. Alright. Ah, thank goodness. Okay, finisher. Now, typically you can use a finisher when someone's been knocked down. Weapon ability, I imagine our basic weapon has no ability. I could be wrong, though. Evade is A, so that's like leaping out to the side. Defend with Y, usually only possible if you have a shield. It means you block an oncoming attack. Bash, quite often you bash someone. It's a good way of breaking a shield defense. And attack for, obviously, attacking. Let's get in there. Hello. Oh, you're coming at me. There we go. A Y is good enough to dissuade that. Nope. Ah, I tried to defend a little bit earlier. I was watching the animation rather than going for... Ooh, I can't break their attack, eh? That's interesting. If they're about to attack me and I choose to defend, it doesn't help me. Very interesting indeed. Is there another one alive? Yes, there is. Okay, bash there to stun him. Ooh. have I got an ability? Let's see. Yes, I do. Okay. It's built up with my combo. Successful hits without being struck myself. I don't know if dodging cancels it, though. I think that did in the first game. Defending, however, does not, because you're still attacking in a sense. The farmers fumble in their haversacks in gratitude. Thank you, adventurer. I'm sure that after they took our food, they would have taken our lives as well. 7 food. 5 food. Excellent. Now that, too, is completely random. And again, will be built up with our deck in some cases, though when you enter a dungeon, there are certain cards that the dealer will enter into the dungeon deck. And quite often, things like food and coin are part of it. Now, every time we move, we use food. And every time we move and we have food, we heal a little bit. Every time we move and we don't have food, we'll hurt a little bit more. You fall on the food with a sigh, shoveling bread into your mouth to quell your hunger. Your satisfaction lasts only a moment before you realize your father's amulet is not amongst the takings. You consume 1 food. Okay. The leader must still have it. You set to your feet, determined to find him. Also, silly notifications go away. There we go. Right, very well. Find the leader of the thieves to retrieve my amulet. Okay. There we go, a little bit more health. 5 health per 1 food. A friend in need. Do I recognize you from the first game? I think I might. While enjoying a moment beside the fire, you spy a strange figure approaching your camp. It's a goblin dressed in what must pass for goblin finery. From beneath a filthy fox pelt serving as an ill-fitting wig, the goblin winks at you with wild red eyes. Aha! I've been roaming for hours trying to find you. We must get this over with quickly if I have any hope of getting to all the people on my list before sunrise. It lowers a sack from its shoulder. Now, from within my sack I can conjure whatever your heart desires. The goblin's voice trails off as he examines his sack. Well, I could if there wasn't a blooming great big hole in it. His head disappears entirely into the bag, and his bulbous nose protrudes from the breach. A new plan, then. A goblin pulls out his last trinket. I can take a sword, the soldier's sword, the warrior's axe, or a shield. Let's have a look at them. Usually you can get a bit of information. Critical strike. Perform a powerful strike that causes 250% damage on a single target when activated. Requires 6 hits. Okay, so that's my ability. Armor breaker. Against corrupted enemies, bash causes additional damage to armored. Alright. I wonder if the dealer is a corrupted enemy now. Heavy. Bash deals additional damage to armor and enemies while they block. Susceptible to evade. Cannot riposte. Does 21 damage. The soldier's sword. Critical strike after 10 hits. Riposte against northerners. Riposte deals 125 damage. One-handed. Can riposte between enemy combo attacks. Additional defense from a shield is useful against northerners. Alright, and the shield. Shield reflect. Use defend to reflect attacks from ranged enemies. Can only be equipped with one-handed weapon. I think I'm going to go with the soldier's sword. Let's grab you. Oh, right, a comparison. Very well. Rusty. This item rusty and cannot be sold or exchanged. Oh. No, that's fine. I'll take that one, I think. Yes. Riposte might allow me to defend when someone is about to attack and thus knock them back, which is what I was expecting and why I was a little bit surprised when that didn't happen, because that was always the case in the first game, but perhaps that is now a specific ability of a weapon. A wise choice. Now I must go. There are many others I must visit before I can rest. The goblin runs off into the night, his fox wig flapping in the evening breeze. You can change equipment in the inventory. Very well. Let's bring up the inventory then. There we go. We've got a wooden shield. It's rusty and it's a shield. Do I get any further information? I do not. Adventurer's garb and a hood. Very well. We haven't got much there though. Interesting. Actually, Y to inspect. I really should have pressed that. There we go. Yeah, we don't have the fence, so we can't reflect range damage with that particular shield. We'll have to dodge for that. I like it that the basic starter gear doesn't have these abilities that really you come to expect from the first game. We're going to have to upgrade them. Now, if it works like the first game, then after defeating our first primary boss, perhaps our starter gear will be increased from then on for future runs. We'll see. We'll see. X for the map. We can just have a quick look down. Okay. Thank you. And moving on. Full health.
This
Finding
card
forest
has
folk.
a token. Can you find it?
I hope so. This is usually to be found through the correct navigation of options. Again, it's very much like a fighting fantasy book. Choose your own adventure, turn to page XXX, so on and so forth. If you have the key, then turn to page YYY. Your journey through a forest is interrupted by an inquisitive child. Are you searching for the forest folk? My uncle says that they used to walk these woods giving out gifts. I wanted to find one and ask for a lemon cake. Oh, hopefully we can find Merith. She was a very welcome sight in the first game. As they dash off to peer under a nearby log, the child shouts back, "Remember, if you meet the forest folk, get me a lemon cake." In the other direction, an eerie song hangs in the air. You attempt to find its origin. Okay, now watch for the cards. Aha! Now this one will shuffle twice, makes it a lot harder, but I believe that this is the failure card. It was on the top, which made everything easy if there had only been one shuffle, because all I needed to do is track where it landed and then all the other three were safe. But then it got folded in. I think it was folded in this position. Let's see. No! I failed! You spend hours traveling in circles until the night falls, bringing an unnatural silence to the forest. You consume one food. Again, it is not random. If you're quick enough and you can watch for the signs that you need, and again, largely it is watching how it folds beneath or on top of other cards, and then how those cards get pulled to a side. There's always an element of chance, because at a certain point, there's no way that you could tell if it came out to the left or the right. At least not easily. But you get better at the game as time goes on. You consume one food. That's fine. We had plenty. And we have not unlocked the Forest Folk token. Such a shame there.
Nothing could be more fitting now than meeting the mage who started this all. Or at least started it all for you.
Oh, how interesting. A trail of fallen trees and distraught farmers lead you to the thieves who had stolen your amulet. It seems their infighting has only gotten worse. The bandits surround the former leader, weapons drawn. Okay. Everyone will get their fair share. There's no need for violence, the leader implores. Whoever heard of a thief talk about fair share, spits one. You turned up and bossed us around. We've barely stabbed anyone. It's been days since I've stabbed someone. Days! Dark Aavak could probably sympathize. The leader notices you approaching and waves you over. As much as I'd love to continue this discussion regarding stabbings, I'm afraid I have urgent business with my associate here. As he greets you, he whispers, "Keep me alive and there'll be plenty of gold for your troubles. Tell him gold cannot replace the amulet he stole. Tell him he will pay in blood for his thievery." He seems like a bit of a charlatan and a trickster, but I'm going to go along. I'm going to say gold cannot replace the amulet he stole. He holds up a finger. First rule of negotiation, never let them know what you want. Kill my associate and I will gladly return your amulet. Ever reliable, the thieves draw their blades to mug you. The leader hurries away to hide. Yeah, I'm not seeing my amulet, am I? Yep. Bloody scallywag. Give us your stuff and we'll stab you up, growls one of them. That would be a much worse bargain. Give us your stuff and we'll stab you up, yeah. I can see why they didn't go with that option. You consider your options. Fight them or give them all my food and gold. No, I'll have a fight. You draw your weapon and prepare to deal with the miscreants. Tip. Perform a quick riposte. Riposte by attacking immediately after defending an enemy attack. Oh, okay. I see. So... we'll see then. So a combo attack I might still be able to defend against, but if I can attack immediately after defending, I'll get a good bit of damage. I like. That used to be included in defense before. Hello? Nope. There we are. Oh, no. Okay, I can't break it. Nope. Now you can be much carefuler and just wait for them to attack you. Come on then. Like that. Because they do tend to, despite being... Oh, wow, I defended against both of them. Nope. Oh, drat, I lost that then. Despite being thieves, they don't seem to want to attack you en masse. Later on they might, but we'll see. Nope. It's often a lot safer just to let them... Oh, a little bit too early. Often a lot safer to let them make the first move and then follow through. Nope. There we go. Let's just bash. There we go. So bashing will break them out of an attack. I will remember this. Lost a lot of health there. Very silly of me. I used to pride myself on being able to fight in the first game, in all of the big fights without ever taking a hit. Alas, how times have changed. With the battle resolved, the thief leader nods in approval at the carnage before him. He holds out a hand. The name's Malaclips, Bard extraordinaire. His smile fades under your withering glare. Sensing your anger, he raises his hands in surrender. Wait, let's not be hasty. We're on the same side here. I'm an upstanding citizen just like you. I've been working with these thieves, yes, but only for the greater good. No, really, they were killing people before I came along. I know it seems bad, but look. He pulls out an amulet from his pocket and presses it into your hand. All is forgiven, yes? Well, I mean, kind of. I think you're serving yourself, but I can't argue that, yes, they did say they hadn't started anyone in days, and. Stare at the amulet. It does not look familiar. Oh, Malaclips says, scratching his head. He opens a small satchel. So, which one is yours? Really? Choose your father's amulet. I get to choose. Oh. The lion, the pharaoh, the bull, or the eagle? We'll see this one. Yeah, okay, we'll go with the eagle. The eagle amulet, that suits you. Very similar face structure. Say, you know what? I'm lonely. You're lonely. We should work together. You've befriended Malaclips the trickster. I'm not sure I need a friend like that. We should probably get to know one another, seeing as we're going to be friends for life, Malaclips says. Tell me, where are you from? Are we sure this is a good thing? I'm not. Wow, we get character customization as well. This is a fantastic thing. Select. Right, what have we got? Choose an appearance. Oh. So different empires then. Right. We've got 4, it seems. I guess that would be the Northerners. This is probably the Empire. Not sure about that one. Really not sure what this one represents either. I mean, I can see the general racial characteristics that come from it, but I'm not sure what it would represent in game. I'll go with Northerner. I'm assuming that's Northerner. Hairstyle. Okay. We can choose the hair color as well. Oh, this is amazing. I approve so much. And oh no, we chose the eagle. We'll stick with the eagle. And our coat of arms and general coloring of our garb. Bit of more of a ranger. I think these two have more of a northerner feel. I'll go with this one. No, actually, we'll go with this one. Looks fancy. Look at that torso armor. Very fancy indeed. They're a fancy northerner. They've really put a lot of effort into the customization of the game over the first one. From the Eastern Belt, eh? You don't say. Good source from the Eastern Belt. Very trusting, really. So we're not the Northerners. We're from the Eastern Belt. Very well indeed. Oh, by the way, I mean, we, friend, owe money to Vingus of the Thieves Guild. He's quite angry at us. We should journey to Maya Bridge together to appease him. Some gold might help. This is why we don't need friends like you. Although, come to think of it, I'm rather busy. Malaclips eyes a pretty trader hiking up the road. So, it'll be best if you get the gold, and I meet you there. Malaclips, you're a massive scallywag. But okay, it seems that we haven't completed the first dungeon yet, or maybe things have just changed so much. Previously, there was a deck, a suite of the dealer's court, the kings, queens, and jacks of each of the suits, and each dungeon was self-contained. We would beat the particular court member that we were there to fight, and the dungeons would get longer and more complex as time went on. But this is a very different structure indeed.
Let us learn what sort you are. Strong, clever, wise. The circumstances under which you come here put the lie to that.
Scallywag. Just remember how all your insults ended up with you having those horrific scars in the first game. I can never stay mad at you, Bowie. You enter a competition for strength at a fair. A gold prize is available to the winner. In the first round of the competition, your opponent is the diminutive Roland, a halfling from the travelling troupe of acrobats. Dice, okay. 2 rolls remaining.
These
Target
dice
10.
are another small game embedded in our game.
Very well. I like the dice. So I need to throw them, and I need to get a target of 10. Oh, that was terrible. Oh, actually, no, that was.
Victory.
I mean, it wasn't too
You're
bad.
learning.
I completely saw the skull and thought, no, we're doomed. And I totally didn't even see the 6. I saw a 3 and a skull. I was like, no, we're doomed. But no, okay, that's brilliant. Roland is no match for your strength. He gives a disappointed backflip off the table and collects his meager winnings, then cartwheels out the door. Carry on being you, Roland. That was awesome. You take your reward from the purser on the way out of the tavern. When you return, you will compete in the next round for a larger prize. Okay. Now we can choose which way we want to go. Generally, you've got to balance your food versus how much stuff you could potentially find from visiting all of the cards.
The roads have become even more deadly since the Empire has come to power, despite their promises of the opposite.
The road ahead is blocked by an overturned carriage and a woman calling for help. Please help, she cries. I've been robbed by a band of thugs. Is there anything you can do? I will try to assist the distressed woman. Okay. Once again. Oh, that would be a good roll. I'd approve of that roll enormously. Good enough. Very good. Thank you, the woman says as you help her from the carriage. Please accept this as a token of my gratitude. Thank you. Super double thank you. You thank the woman and continue on your way.
Celebrations in aid of what? You see how quickly the actions of the usurper are turned into tales for children.
I think he might be the usurper may be in reference to our character in the first game. I'm not sure. I approve. Nearing the sleepy hamlet of Dulwich, you find the villagers in the midst of some kind of celebration. Much of the activity concerns a large paper and wood statue depicting a fearsome warrior looming triumphantly over a prone lizardman. Follow the parade, ask the locals about what's going on. I'm going to ask the locals what's going on. A friendly stable hand explains, in a bygone age, our town was beset by half men, half lizards. There was no food, no respite, and very little hope. Salvation came in the form of a nameless warrior who hunted the beasts for a little more than a handful of coins and a crust of bread. He smiles warmly at the festivities. We honour the warrior like this. The statue is filled with food and gold, and we take turns smashing it to bits with a club. You're welcome to join us, and you may keep whatever falls out. Oh, what a fantastic parade this is. Yes, I'll follow the parade. Ah, marvellous. The parade ends in the town square. You watch as the villagers take turns smashing the statue with a club and gathering the food and gold that spills out. A local notices your interest and asks if you would like to, like a turn. So, I'll join in. Ooh, huge success there. Keep your eyes peeled. I don't think this is the huge success, but the huge success was a little bit further on. I was fairly certain it wasn't a failure. The club strikes the chest of the treat-laden beast. Some gold falls out. You survey the spoils and try to scoop them up before anyone else can. Okay. Apparently, it's not quite as good as it seems. Oh, no! Scallywags. Before you can gather anything, a young child shovels the bounty into a basket and scampers off. With your turn over, you leave. That's fine. They probably need it more than me. Right, okay, moving on.
Water is a symbol for the many thoughts that churn beneath the surface. What is it you're thinking of? What
the child is doing with my money?
Worrying at your mind.
It's not so much a
fall
concern.
into the waters beneath.
What, the child? I mean, that seems like a harsh punishment. He was just having a bit of fun. My lord. While crossing a stone bridge, you suddenly find yourself confronted by a villainous band. 4 of steel. Ooh, okay. You could stand and fight the fiends, or throw yourself to the mercy of the river below. No, I'm going to stand and fight. You ready your weapon? I'm totally down for a fight with 4 people. Though, having seen my skill in fighting so far, maybe I shouldn't be. That's my confidence from the first game talking, where like 8 or even 12 people wasn't that much of a challenge, but now it's a little bit different. The first line of defense against any who would question the Empire. Okay, so Steel of the Empire, very well. Empire enemies wear armor that reduces damage by 3, rendering light weapons less effective. Oh, well. Come hither, you. Nope. Take that. Who's going to go next? Nope. Absolutely not. Another one wants to attack, I know. I can feel it. Nope. Absolutely not. And your brothers are far away. No! You were the one who went for the attack. Very well. Haha! Take that. Nope. Okay, maybe my strength is returning. Can I finish him? No, he's, No! I thought I'd clubbed that one. But apparently not. Okay, your friend is down, as will you soon be. Ooh, okay, so my critical strike prevents attacks. I like it. Okay. Okay. Muscle memory's coming back to me. I'm starting to feel a little bit more confident. I'm still having to be a bit slower than I usually would be, but the game has changed a little bit, so I feel that's okay. Having spilled your enemy's blood, you search the bodies for anything useful. Ooh, armory gain. Yes, please. Is that the only thing I can gain? I'm not sure. I mean, maybe. I mean, I could bash people more, I guess. The critical strike happens a lot faster. Does a lot more damage. Alright, we'll look up it then. And a bit of gold. Hooray. Now, we still... Oh, wrong button. We still have our weapon down here if we particularly want to. We've got a couple of different ones. And maybe we can equip before a battle. That would be useful. Now, this food is just going to... Oh, it didn't heal us even. Oh, it didn't cost us anything either. Now, that's very different. It used to be that... Obviously, if you went down a path to just uncover one hidden card... and then had to walk back over 2 or 3 tiles, you were wasting food. But sometimes you do it anyway, just because you needed the healing, regardless. But that's interesting if you don't have to pay.
The end of the beginning.
Okay.
Running errands for mages. This will become a theme, I dare say.
Yes, I imagine you're right. You arrive at Maya Bridge as the sun begins to dip below the horizon. Dead drop. You find Malaclips pursuing a selection of cheeses by the market. Ah! If it isn't my good friend, the adventurer, did you bring the gold? Vignes has arranged to meet at the graveyard. Yeah, we'll go to the graveyard. You wonder whether the spot was chosen for its seclusion or the easy body disposal. Probably both. Vignes greets Malaclips with a sly grin. Looks like you turned up after all, and with a lackey in tow. We had our doubts, you know. Sorry. Is that 19? Or the Ace of Greed? Anarchist. Oh, I like what you're playing there. Well done. Or the Anarchist of Greed. It could be either way, really. I'm still thinking in terms of the first game and the suits and the court. Vignes cracks his knuckles and giggles. Well now, Malaclips, convince me. What's to stop me cutting off your head today? You reveal your gold as Malaclips scrounges in his pockets for some too. Your heavy satchel of riches lands at Vignes' feet with a thud that echoes through the silence of the cemetery. You lose 35 gold. That's our deal done, Malaclips says, worry obvious in his voice. No need for any further troubles. I'm sorry, Mal, Vignes grins. You should have known the guild was never going to let you pay with cash stolen from our members in the first place. Oh, that seems fair, actually. I've got a funny feeling I'm going to be dodging fire attacks in this fight if those Molotov cocktails, or what they look like them, surrounding the anarchist are anything to go by. Now this will be a boss battle. Yes, and fire attacks it'll be. Oh, no. Fire spitting. Even worse. Treacherous and greedy. A dangerous combination. Vignes the Crazed. Anarchists throw flaming bombs that cause fire damage. Your armor is no use to you here, so avoid that like the plague. No. Oh, I said like the plague, and that is not what happened. Okay. Womp. Nope. Womp. Womp. And... And then, are you going to throw? Yep, you are. Oh, actually, never mind. Let's just go around here. Nope. Thank you. Nope. Now, if I can force you guys into that... Nope. Whoa. Let's take you out, shall I? Pow! Or maybe not take you out. Oh, crap. Down blast, in fact. Let's try to go through these. Oh, that's a finisher, I think. Yes, it is. Let's try and finish you. And chop. Oh, run! Ah, oh, down blast. Taking so many hits unnecessarily, I feel. Oh. Let's try and take you down a bit. Oh, drat. You're punching me around here a bit. Yeah. Let's keep it up. No, I'm way too slow to be able to take you out like that. Alright then, you. This is a reasonably easy fight on the whole. Oh, I say as I just take a face full of burning death. Keep it up. Whoa, a little bit close for comfort, honestly. And gigantic chop. And let's just keep stacking up these attacks. And a finisher. There we go. Oh my lord. Oh, that finisher is a little bit more gruesome than the ones in the first game. I lost so much health. That was an abysmal effort by myself. But getting used to a new weapon, I suppose, but still, that was pretty bad. Malaclip scratches his chin thoughtfully. It seems you could do with someone savvy to help you navigate these tricky matters of diplomacy, like maybe killing everyone wasn't the best idea. Come, let us discuss our partnership over a nail or two. I'm not sure I want... Oh well. Right, we've earned one token.
Well,
let's see what it is.
You have cleared the first challenge, and now we can move on to the next.
Very well. We have unlocked the Cardinal Blade and the Bastion of Purification. Nice. And also, Market Thief. That's a new event. Tarts, Pies, and Exotic Lies. Okay. A Fork in the Road and Arm Wrestling. And for befriending Malaclips. Malaclip's Problem. And the Trickster. Okay. Not sure these are good things.
Welcome to my challenges. Together, we will traverse 22 paths of wisdom and despair in the hope of awakening.
Alright, I guess. You can go back and play any challenge, it seems, just like the first game. Or we can go on to the Magician next. I wonder if we'll be building up our deck. Yes, we will. And this is a real big part. Now, the Companion. I think we've only got you. Magic Shield, Respin Wheel, and Ranged Magic. Respin Wheel. Interesting. Select who will accompany you on your journey. Let's have a quick look. Magic Shield. When activated, Malaclips casts a protective spell on you that absorbs a single hit. Respin the Wheel. Optionally, respin any wheel gambit, but lose your companion for 3 turns. And Ranged Magic. Can cast ranged spells that cause magic damage that ignores enemy defense. Can teleport to avoid damage. I like it. I mean, I like it better than nothing, I suppose, at the very least. Sure, okay, so you're my companion. Oh, no,
All
I want you.
mages are my children. This one, however, I would rather disown.
Now, that's not very nice of you, dealer. Not very nice at all. Now, this is... The deck building is the big part of this game. So, if we have a look through here, we can see all sorts of things. A Malaclip's Problem. Let's see... Token. Complete this encounter card to unlock new cards. And Unknown. Draw this encounter card during a challenge to discover its trait. Alright, Malaclips will bring along your problem. Market Thief. There's also a bronze token here. Sure, I'll take it. Generally, I like to take anything that has the potential of unlocking more cards. Because expanding your deck is one of the main ways of progressing through the game. So, this one has chance cards. The Fork in the Road. Have a look at you. Results influenced by chance card gambits. Okay, yeah, I'll take that. There's dice. There's all sorts of things here, actually. We don't know about these cards, and generally speaking, it's better to take ones that you haven't seen before. Thieves' Ambush. Transfer an ambush from thieves. Equipment cannot be changed before combat. Dice. Results influenced by dice gambit. Gain food. May gain gold. This one, equipment, may gain equipment, may gain life, and or food, and or gold, and or maximum life. We haven't seen that one show up yet. Dice, result influenced by dice gambit, and combat can lead to combat. Arm wrestling can gain gold, but it's mostly about the dice. Fork in the road, I'm kind of tempted to bring along, so we'll add you. And we'll bring along one card that we know will bring us equipment. Or can, I suppose. That will be fine for me. So that's our encounter deck. If we come back out, we now need to decide what equipment will be available for us to find. Now, we've seen this shield. It has a defense of 10. This one has a defense of 15, but we don't know any of its other properties. It is completely unknown to us. The Bastion of Purification. We'll take it, though. Warrior's Axe, Soldier's Sword, the Cardinal Blade. We don't know anything about this one. We'll obviously bring her along, but we've got to get 5, and we have 5. Generally, later on, when you've got lots of special weapons, lots of special shields, sometimes you'll just end up with many copies of the same type of card, or at least that was true in the first game. Then, quickly, I'll decide, oh, well, I've got the 5 special blades. Each one has some sort of special property. I'm not going to take any soldier swords or what have you, any of the basic weapons, because I want to ensure that I'm going to get a good weapon. And if my playstyle is particularly aggressive, which it often is, I'll tend to limit the amount of defensive items and maximize the amount of powerful offensive items that are available in the deck, just because it plays to my strengths. But there we are. We've got this. Magician. Rescue the missing Empire soldiers from a town plagued with corruption. Growing Scourge. Prepare to fight corrupted. Avoid Empire. Lose gold for every Empire killed. Well, this is what we're going to be playing in the next episode. I hope you've enjoyed this one, though, and it has piqued your interest. Maybe you've had a taste for something that has only grown your thirst for more. Do leave me comments down below letting me know what you think about the game, and I hope to see you in the next episode. But until then, and as always, do take care, everyone.